It's been 6 amazing years creating content here on YouTube, and as has become a tradition at this point, we're out here on Red Feather Falls in the Hunter Classic, sitting over a bear barrel that hasn't changed position in over 5 years now, and I just think that's really cool that we continue to come back here pretty much May 12th every single year, minus I think our second year we actually went to Foudebois, but it's become a thing where we just kind of come out here and just pretty much talk about everything over the course of the previous year and really over the course of the previous 6 years. And I did go back and watch the original 1 year on YouTube video, as I often do, and the weapon we used in that hunt was the reverse draw crossbow, so I thought that was appropriate, but I wanted to pretty much just start off by thanking you guys, as I often do, just for everything, for watching the videos, the streams, all the support over the course of however long it's been, however long you've been here on the channel, whether this is day one or I know a lot of you guys have been back, from the days of the Flinter the Hunter is the original name of the YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it, and it's been so cool to, as the years go by, see people to continue to show up and just continue to see those same names. It's quite special to see what the community has really become over what has been, honestly, well over half a decade at this point, and it just continues to keep on growing. But as I said, I went back and watched the original 1 year on YouTube video, and I do that every single year. I watch the previous year's one and I watch the first one just to kind of, I guess, put things in perspective for myself, and also sort of remember just where everything actually started with that. And one thing that I kept on saying in that first video was, I was calling myself a kid that makes the Hunter videos, and I just think it's funny that, not much has changed other than age. The original purpose of this channel was pretty much to share, rares and stuff that I got in Hunter Classic, or trophy animals, or that kind of thing. And, I mean, yeah, there are, specific series now and stuff like that we do, but a lot of it is just still trying to get those trophy animals and just in a daily fashion, instead of pretty much uploading videos when I would come across something. And kind of going back to that, I mentioned that I always go back and watch those original videos, and I sort of would talk about either goals or how far the channel would come over the course of the entirety over the previous year, whatever it was. And last year, the channel was sitting at 155k, and that means this is the first time. It's probably not the first time that there's been a specific 365-day period, but it's the first time from May 12th to May 12th, basically the times that we call a year or the next year, that we've gone over 100k in that year period, which is just ridiculous for me to actually sit back and think about that. Over 100k in a year, and every time we do videos like this, or often New Year's Eve or New Year's Day is another one where either during a live stream or during a video we kind of talk about subscriber numbers. I always think, okay, it did this year, but that's not going to happen again. This is going to be the biggest year the channel ever has, and continuously, every single year, I end up being wrong about that, and it goes farther. I mean, the first year was 750, 751, I think, subscribers. To do 100k, that just, it's so hard to even wrap my head around that. I vividly remember maybe November of 2015, I guess it would have been, the original year that I started the channel. I wanted to, on May 12th, get to 365. I wanted a subscriber a day over the course of that year, and it almost doubled that. Now it's just this thing that I can't even keep track of. I used to talk about sub goals. I said, I think in that first video when we were sitting at around 750, my goal for the end of the year was 1,000. I don't have subscriber goals anymore. I guess one day I'd love for the channel to get to 1 million and the community to, reach that point. But there's no more yearly goals to kind of aspire to. And the reason for that isn't that I no longer care about the sub count or the community or anything like that. It's just that I guess I enjoy doing all this and, daily uploads, the streams and all that, and I just enjoy whatever comes along with it. And wherever the channel is at the end of the year, it's usually going to blow my mind anyway. And I just like that. I like that it's not, something where I'm worried about it in any way, shape, or form. at any given time, like, you could ask what the subscriber count is on the channel, and I might know, I might not. And I like that. I think that's kind of the way it should be. We're just, like I said, out here making the Hunter videos. I still act like a kid, but I might not be the same age where we started. But not a lot, as I said, has actually changed from all that. And like I said, I think that's a good thing. Kind of along that same vein, I used to, like, really kind of obsess over the number of views a specific video would get. I remember being at work, like, on a Sunday morning when we used to upload, I think, Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I didn't really have, like, an upload time because the internet was so slow at my parents' house, so a lot of times the videos wouldn't get up till around, like, midnight on Saturday. And then, you know, watching on Sunday and just hoping that video was going to get to 100 views. 100 views. Just actually saying that is completely different. Like, I always make notes for these specific videos, and I knew that would be something that I would mention, but I don't know, that hit me weird. Just saying that number, because now, I think it's probably within a minute that usually happens. It's such a crazy thing to really sit back and think about how much all that has changed, and over the course of, 6 years. I guess that is kind of natural, but I don't, it's kind of the same thing as the subscriber count. I don't watch the view count that much. Obviously, as a creator, there's some amount of attention that you have to pay to analytics to try to make sure that, you know, you're always improving, always growing, all that stuff, and that's still there. But we do like the Throwback Thursday series, for instance, or we're here in the Hunter Classic right now, games that maybe don't do as well on the channel, but they're often the ones that I actually enjoy the most. I mean, we're doing the Hunter Primal at the moment. That is a Hunter game, so there's a little more of, like, tying into the channel than, say, Hunter 2005 or the Cabela's games that we've done. Those end up being some of my, like, favorite videos to actually go back and record, and there was most certainly a time in this channel's history where I wouldn't have done that because I would be afraid of whether it's people not coming back or just the views not being there, where if I did a different video they could be. I like that. It's funny how these videos become this thing where, like, in the process of actually recording them, some of this stuff kind of comes to mind, and I sort of even see it myself where certain things have changed or where I've grown, and it's an interesting experience that it happens during. I don't realize it, like, in the process of making notes or anything like that, but yeah, there was that period of time where numbers were a bigger deal to me. Now it's just more about enjoying the ride and, like, enjoying the interaction we get in the live streams, which is another thing. 6 years ago, live streams were, maybe they were on YouTube? I actually don't know for certain if there were live streams on YouTube at that point, but they most certainly were not even on my radar. I probably could have watched them with the internet that I had on my parents' house, but I most certainly could not actually live stream. And there was the period of time where we were doing them kind of like through Discord, like JaxyBeard or Zaggy would sort of stream for me, and I would be there, like, addressing the chat and all that stuff. And it's now one of those things where we do it almost as often as videos. I went back to that first video, as I mentioned, and one of the things that I talked about was that I had, like, this 2-day-a-week schedule that I managed to stick to for the entire year, despite school and all that stuff being still there. And that was the middle of August 2015. We were doing 2 videos a week, and now we're out here 5 videos and 4 streams every week. Just doing it. Just loving it. That's the thing that I guess I can take away from it all. It started out eventually to those 2 videos a week, but it started out just whenever I could get a video out, and now it's daily content. I mean, 9, say, pieces of content over the course of, like, a 7-day week. But what I was kind of trying to get at there was the interaction that comes through the live streams now. I think that's one of the biggest things this maybe replaced, sort of like, I'm not going to say obsessing over the numbers, but the amount of attention that I paid to, like, the view and subscriber numbers. It's just all those streams, like I said, 4 streams a week, whether it's the Hunter Classic, the Hunter Call of the Wild, Subnautica, or whatever we're doing on Sundays now. It's just cool, especially when there are such, like, consistent names in the chat and all that stuff. It's week to week, day to day, whatever it is, talking about different things that are going on and just like actual conversation. And it's no longer this kind of disconnected thing. And I realize we've been doing live streams on the channel since, I believe, 2018. So somewhere in the area of 3 years now we've been doing that. But it's such a different thing. When I went back and I realize I've made a reference to this like 4 times, but when I went back and watched that original video, that's what it was. It was YouTube videos, it was responding to comments, and that was kind of it. There wasn't that like real-time interaction that's so important, I think, for growing a community. And I really do think that when we were able to start doing live streams, that was just a really important step for this channel and this community getting to where it is now. Because I love that we can do that, like whether it's the Monday streams here on YouTube that were just ridiculous, or the Wednesday streams in the Hunter Classic on Twitch that are just a lot more chill and kind of conversational. I enjoy all that stuff. Like, I really do just enjoy that community aspect, and something that I definitely mentioned, I think in last year's video, is that one of the things that I think is a good fit for myself doing content here on YouTube is that my college degree that I was going for was computer science. I was trying to do like software development, and one of the things that kind of drew me to that was the creativity aspect, like getting to make things every single day. And that's a big part of what YouTube and streaming and all that is, but it's not exactly, or I should say, I think it doesn't even come close to capturing all that it is. And it's that, like I said, real-time live interaction with the community that makes it just different and unique every single day. And I could not possibly imagine that like that's what was coming when I created this channel. And I think I created actually September 1st of 2014. I want to say I in fact uploaded a video on that day, and there were, I think the number is 4, I can never remember if it was 3 or 4, but there were a couple of videos done in September 2014 where, technically the channel could be like 7 years old this September. But the reason that I count basically May 12th as being the day that the channel gets a year older, and May 12th, 2021 being the day the channel is 6 years old, is because it was May 12th of 2015 that I uploaded the non-typical whitetail video here in the Hunter Classic. A lot of you guys will know about that. Those of you that don't, basically just one day randomly in the Hunter I found a non-typical. I had done those 4 videos that I mentioned, so I had the recording software and stuff there. Hit record, and something clicked. I don't know what it was, but something clicked to where I just decided to keep on doing it. I was trying different things, I was trying different series. There was the Let's Go Hunting series that a lot of you guys will remember, and just I kept on going from there. But anyway, what I was kind of getting at there is whatever made me continue to do it, I don't know. But I certainly never knew when I made the channel that it would turn into this. And I mentioned that throughout like all of these videos that I did for, 1 year, 2 year, whatever, how many years on YouTube. That was something I've probably said in every single one. Like, I never imagined that creating a YouTube channel would take me here. And I think that's never been more true than right now. Just to go back to when I think I would have been 17, if I'm remembering correctly. If somebody would have like sat me down and just said, one day, this is what you're going to be doing. Like down the road, I guess only, was it 3 years, 4 years from that time we were, doing close to daily content, but just to fast forward all the way to today, that we're doing the 9 pieces of content per week, that every single day I'm just enjoying it still. I'm still playing the Hunter Classic. I probably wouldn't have guessed even that back then. Just so much that I never could have predicted, but I'm super thankful for it. I'm super thankful that all you guys have been here, a lot of you for pretty much the entire time, along for the ride, and I could not be more appreciative of all the support. And I can remember, I think I've probably addressed this every single video since, but I can remember when I was kind of faced with the decision of like trying to continue with college, where I was basically working towards a degree that I didn't think I would use, and it was a pretty difficult time. The one thing that I could always go to and always, I guess, just like feel the positivity from was like YouTube and the YouTube comment section and Discord and all those places. And I really, looking back on it now, I really think that is probably one of the biggest things that influenced my decision to go ahead and drop out of college and pursue YouTube. Because it was that one place that I could always find joy from, and it's no wonder years later we're still here doing it more than ever, and just enjoying it more than ever. And that's another one of those things that it's kind of hitting me as I'm actually verbally saying it out loud. I never really thought of that was such an important factor, but now that I'm kind of processing it mentally, it absolutely was. So one thing I don't do much in these videos is actually talk about what's going on in the game, but real quick, as we kind of begin to wrap up, I think we're going to try to actually bring that bear down that we made a poor shot on, and at least we can tie it in a little bit with kind of like back in the day kind of stuff. These videos got considerably more difficult to do when Black Bears in the Hunter Classic got a different model, and I think it was probably the reason that I started doing like uncut bear barrel hunts as the videos for talking about all this stuff, because it used to be a lot more of like a don't have to pay that much attention kind of mindless thing. But there's kind of like a hitbox thing with black bears where it's really difficult to get lungs now. But I like that we're still doing it despite the little added challenge that whole thing has actually brought. But yeah, I wanted to kind of go back to what we started with and just thanking all you guys so much again for sticking around, for all the support, for being a part of a community that I never really could have even dreamed of. I always wanted, like, when I created the Discord, eventually a place where it wasn't something that I had to, like, always be there to keep active, I guess. It took a long time for it to get to that point. Things were usually relatively inactive, unless I would kind of go in there and start conversations myself, but I love that over the course of probably the last 2 years, it's gotten to that point where a lot of you guys are just in there. There's, I'm sure, countless like friendships and people that are in there every single day, either sharing their kills, sharing their stories, whatever it is. I'm super thrilled that it's gotten to that point where it's about the community. It's not about what happened in today's video necessarily or anything like that. It's the community that, you know, takes everything and just makes it so much better than it ever could have been as like one person's thing. And that was always my goal. Like, I wanted it to be a place where people that, you know, like-minded people that enjoy the game, whether it's Classic or Call of the Wild or Primal or whichever game, like a place those people could go and just hang out and enjoy. And the more that the community continues to grow, the more I see that. And it's such a almost indescribably amazing feeling to see that culminate in what the community is now and what it continues to be and how it continues to grow. It's all just more than I ever could have dreamed of, and it goes along the same, like, just for the channel itself, to watch it grow every single day and just continue to reach heights that, as I said earlier, I never could have possibly dreamed of. It is equally indescribable. Like, I can't even put it into words what it's like to see that. And what I want to get across is that that's you guys. Like, I don't have a clue what I'd be doing if it wasn't for all the support and everything you guys do for the channel and for the community. Like, I probably wouldn't still be doing this, maybe for fun here and there, because I always have enjoyed it, but I certainly wouldn't be doing, I don't know why this has become a theme in this video, but I certainly wouldn't be doing the 9 pieces of content per week. I certainly wouldn't be getting to do like the Throwback Thursday videos or those kinds of things. It just wouldn't have been possible without all the support and everything from you guys. And if there's one thing that I can, you know, try to make, I guess, first and foremost in videos like this, it's that. It's that you guys have really given me the opportunity to get to this point and have given me what is literally my dream job. To go back to that for just a moment, like I was in college for software development, and it was because I enjoyed creating something new every single day. And there was a point where I kind of saw that that wasn't necessarily everything that software development is. But in a lot of ways, that is everything that content creation is. It's every single day doing something new, even if it's the same game, even if it's the same weapons, the same species, whatever. In a game like the Hunter Classic, or the Hunter Call of the Wild, or the Hunter Primal, where a lot of things are based on randomness, it's just so different every day, despite, you know, the same foundation for the game. There's always something new. You never know what's over the next hill or around the next corner. That's why I love it, and like I said, if not for you guys, I couldn't actually get to do this. So I really do appreciate all the support, everything, like I said, that you guys have done for me and have done for this community. I just want you to know that it does not go unappreciated. I see it day in and day out, and I can't help but smile. You guys have done so much more than I could probably ever even put into words. And like I said, I really genuinely do appreciate it. So I wanted to, real quick, make sure we didn't forget anything. I think we actually got everything picked up. And on that note, I think we are going to wrap up. So to thank you guys one last time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.